Hey, everybody. It is wonderful to see you for the first time here on this channel, Sister Love Chat. Today, we're going to be talking about those of you who are struggling to build a relationship of respect with your child. As you can see on the board, I've listed six, six areas where you can start working on today to help to improve your child having more respect for you. Have you ever been out in public and your child shamed you or embarrassed you in any type of way, or you told them something to do and then they ignored you and walked away? Well, those are signs of disrespect. And if definitely during the school season, I know it's summertime now, but during the school season, if you had to constantly up to that school and talk with the teacher, or if you had to constantly whip out the belt, and all this type of thing, if you found yourself yelling and cursing out your kids or wanting to leave and never come back, these are things that can be changed. These feelings can be changed if you implement some changes. Okay. And you can call me Miss F. I have been working as a substitute teacher for close to 15 years now. And so I've had a lot of experience with dealing with parents and their kids. And definitely on this channel, I want to give some advice based on my experience with helping mothers and also just parents and any guardians with their kids or with whoever that they are monitoring or whoever they are responsible for, because it takes a nation to raise a child, as you already know. So I remember when I was growing up, my parents, they gave us chores. We're looking at number one, chores. And that included having a list on the refrigerator where we could easily access, and all of our names, me and my sisters and brothers, our names would be on the list. Like our names would be on the left side of the list, and then on the right side of the list, there would be columns at the top of at the top would of each column. There would be the name of the chore, such as washing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom, um, mopping or sweeping the floor, washing the car, something like that. And of course, we were expected to maintain the cleanliness of our own bedrooms. And so we would have a day that we would do those activities. A particular day we would rotate, and then we might have gotten some stars on there if we did a good job. And, so definitely having chores in place would create some discipline, because it would help that child to feel more responsible and help them to be more organized and to care about their surrounding to help you maintain the household. Number two, spending quality time and talking with your child. Communication is key. If you're not spending time with them, they're going to feel like they have to act out to get your attention. Okay. And that would include embarrassing you out in public, talking to you any type of way, because they feel like they can talk to you any type of way because they feel that you don't care anything about them if you're not spending quality time with them, because you're not investing in their life. You're not investing in what they care about. And so they feel that you don't care about them. So then they're going to lash back and show you how much that or try to make you believe they don't care anything about you by talking to you any type of way, talking down to you, mistreating you, being very disrespectful. And so communication is key. So you want to talk with your child and figure out what's going on in their life so that you can be more um, proactive instead of reactive. You want to handle the problem before it escalates. You want to nip it in the bud, as they say. And so you can only do that when you have a heads up by communicating with your child about what's going on in their life. And number three, consequences. So when they mess up and they do something that you told them not to do, that's a sign of disrespect again, then there has to be consequences for their actions. So, you might take away their cell phone usage. You might not buy whatever it is that you said that you were going to get for them. Um, and also number 4, awarding a good behavior. And that kind of goes along hand in hand with number 1 with chores. Because when I was growing up, whenever we did our chores, if we did a good job, then maybe on Fridays, we might go out to get something to eat. My parents would probably take us to get something to eat or give us some allowance money, you know. And so if we did not do a good job, then we might not get that allowance. So then there would be consequences for that behavior. Okay. But a reward for doing good behavior, because you don't want to just punish, but you want to recognize. That's the purpose of giving the award, is to recognize good behavior so that you can encourage your child, your son or daughter, doing more of that good behavior. Okay. And number 5, parent dress and behavior. Okay. This is a huge one because a lot of times if you have a daughter, she will want to be just like the mom. But when you have a son, he's definitely going to be vocal. Ladies out there, if you are dressing very provocatively, if you're wearing extreme mini skirts that they're way up too high and you can I have to pull them down every time you bend down or squat down or something, that skirt, it's way too short. And you already know it because you're feeling insecure every time you pull it down. And you're looking around and wondering if people are talking about you. Okay, so definitely if you have a son, more than likely he's going to let you know, hey, mom, that's too short. Sometimes the girls will do it too, but a lot of times the daughter will want to be just like the mom. But definitely if you have a son, you should be able to recognize, he's feeling uncomfortable. Maybe this isn't embarrassing him, and so he might even tell you to your face, change, put something else on. And I know a lot of you have probably gotten into arguments over that, just on how you're dressed. Okay, you have to, it is when you start having kids, if you haven't already figured this out, but you have to dress age appropriately and setting appropriately as well. Hold on a second. I got to plug in my computer. Hold on, I had to plug in the adapter because I got a message on my screen. But yeah, so you want to dress, if you want to wear something, as they say, more sexy or more revealing, then that would be something when you're around your man, your husband, when you're around him. So but when you're around your son or your daughter, especially going to the school, going on campus, going to the classroom to talk with their teacher, that is embarrassing to them. um, and it should be embarrassing to you as well to look that way, because you have to be able to discern a time and a place for how it is that you're acting, your behavior, as well as how you're dressed. Okay. Because you don't want to misrepresent yourself. And definitely you don't want to make life harder for your son or daughter at the school by embarrassing them and just um, you know, not being appropriate, because there's other people's kids at the school too. Um, and especially if you're in the public school setting, they have young minds and you don't want to give them the wrong impression that this is how adults should dress. If you're wearing something that's extremely tight, they can see your whole crotch area, you know, or when you squat, when you sit down, you have your legs open and they're looking up under your skirt, things like that. Every time you go out, it's not an opportunity to meet a man. Every time, talking to the ladies. So don't think that every time you go out that you have to look like you're ready to catch a man all the time, because every man that's out here is not somebody meant for you to be catching. Okay. Because not every man is for you, and you're not for every man. And you shouldn't want to be, all you need is one. So, number 6, participate in education. So, like I was just saying, you know, if, when your child is in school session, you want to participate in the PTA, you want to go to parent night, you want to know the names of your child's teachers, you want to look at their progress report and go to any meetings or request to have a meeting with your child's teacher to see what's going on. Are they uh, submitting all the assignments? How is your child behaving in the classroom? Because definitely they're not going to act the same around you as they do with that teacher. You know, if you have a child that's not giving you any problems at all, okay, that's when they're around you. Okay, maybe they fear you, maybe they do respect you, but definitely they're going to be acting a fool in that classroom if they don't respect you and they're getting away with all kinds of silliness and you're not having any consequences set up like I have for number 3 on the board here, then that's going to continue in the classroom. So you want to be actively involved in what's going on in your child's education. And also on the other side, you want to have education yourself. I don't necessarily mean for you to go off to college and spend money that you don't have. I know that there's scholarships out there, but I'm just saying this number 6 does not necessarily mean, that I'm saying for you to go to school and get a degree. Not only should you participate in your child's education, but you should be educating yourself constantly with just with knowledge itself, with being a knowledgeable person. There sometimes, and let me give you an example for that. With of that, like your child, they might ask you a question, just something basic about science, or they might need you to help them with something and you don't want to feel 100% clueless. You want to be at least the type of person that knows how to do research, at least be able to research some information on the internet, be able to read some information, be able to help your child with a school project. You should be able to help them with with participating in some sort of school project, whether it's a science project or with the writing of a paper. You need to be knowledgeable because a lot of times your child will respect you when they see that you know more than them, or when they feel like you're that go-to parent that is always there to help them out with something that they don't already know. So they feel like they can rely on you. So that makes them respect you, just having knowledge, just knowing information, knowing something that they don't know, so that they feel like they can reach out to you and they feel that you have their back, basically, to help them to go to the next level. So definitely take note of this information that I have on the screen and let me know if this has helped you. If you implement this information that I have, then you will see a change in the level of respect that your child has for you. Let me know if implementing any of these steps has helped you with receiving more respect from your children. Um, Maybe write some information in the comment section. Let me know what has been working for you. And if any of these steps have, for whatever reason, have not helped you, let me know that information as well. I would love to stay in contact with you so we can communicate and assist you in going in the right direction with your child. All right, because definitely in the summertime, you want to be able to enjoy that summertime. You don't want to feel like you're always yelling and stressed out and overworked and you're having high blood pressure and that sort of thing. And you want to feel like you can have a moment's worth of peace. Okay, so you should feel more relaxed and more calm, less stress, like you have some time to yourself if you implement some of these steps that I put on this board. All right, please subscribe to my channel, Sister Love Chat, and I will see you all in the next one. Give the video a thumbs up. I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thanks for watching. Bye. Love you, sis.